Hello and welcome to your Satnam mantra meditation. So for our practice today, we are going to be seated the entire time. So there are no props required. However, feel free to grab whatever you need to maintain a comfortable, upright, seated posture for the duration of our class today. I will be using a mala. We will be chanting the mantra Satnam 108 times, so I will be using a mala. If you have a mala, you're welcome to grab that. If you don't, I have a mudra that you can hold as well. So if you are ready to begin class, go ahead and find a comfortable, upright, seated posture, and we'll get started. Alright, so coming into a comfortable upright seated posture, you can be cross-legged, you can be kneeling like I am, you can be sitting up against a wall, on top of a block, or a pillow or a cushion, a blanket, a meditation cushion. You could potentially do this in a chair if that is more supportive for you. Just take a few moments to find your seat and really settle in so that we can focus on the mantra for our class today. So Satnam means truth is my essence, or I am truth. So this is very much a really great mantra for connecting with your throat chakra as well, and for speaking your truth. It is to cultivate courage to live our truth. So to live from a place of truth as who we are, and really in this class today we want to embody our truth. So this mantra really goes into, going beyond the status quo or the humdrum of society, and really being yourself and being courageous and brave enough to be who you are, and really embody your truth, expressing that in how you speak and how you act and how you are. And this is, really important in general, and also if you're on a spiritual journey like a twin flame journey, it's really important to live from a place of truth and really embody that, you are a divine being, and your twin flame only wants to be with you, who you truly are at the core. And in this practice today, we're going to, really connect with our truth and really cultivate the courage to go on a truth-seeking journey within ourselves. Sometimes it can be really hard to face the truth, but it's very necessary to really reconnect with who you are, so that you can really shine your light and bring all of who you are into the world. So settle in. We're going to begin with a little bit of pranayama practice, and then we'll get into our mantra, and then have a little bit of seated silence at the end to integrate the experience. So the first breath technique we're going to do, I don't have a name for it. I never can remember what it's actually called, but it's one of my favorite throat chakra breathing pranayama practices. It really opens the throat, it releases tension, it's also kind of makes you smile while you do it. It's a really great class to connect with, or a really great practice to connect with your throat chakra. So essentially what we're going to be doing in this pranayama is inhaling through our nose, and then on our exhale we're going to make kind of a silly noise. So there's a couple different noises you can make, or you can make whatever comes out when you're doing the practice. So just to demonstrate, it looks, one way it could look is like this. You can also kind of do like this noise. You can make really whatever noise that you want, and then on that exhale we'll just gently tap the tops of our thighs or knees, depending on how you're sitting. So all together it will look something like this. keep moving like that for a few breaths. So find your whatever noise that you feel. Let yourself be free to express whatever you need to express to loosen up your throat and connect with this center. All right, here we go. You can keep your eyes open or closed, whatever feels most comfortable for you. And we'll do this for a few breaths. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling that noise and gently tapping the tops of your thighs or knees. And keep moving like this. Go ahead and take 3 more breaths. Last one. Release the technique, just breathe normally for a few breaths. Feeling the openness in your throat. Releasing whatever you need to. And so if your eyes were closed, go ahead and gaze up here for just a moment. So we're going to move into our meditation, our mantra meditation. So I will be using a mala, but if you do not have a mala or you don't feel like using one, you can do the Samputa mudra. So how we do that is you cup your left hand just right in front of the navel with your palm facing up, and then cup your right hand on top of it. And this is the gesture of the treasure chest for cultivating truthfulness or satya. So you can hold the mudra here. If at any point your arms become tired, you can always rest your hands on your thighs or your knees. Or you can, if you have your mala, you can grab your mala, and we will get started with that. So for Satnam, we're going to be chanting it aloud, and then whispering, and then chanting it silently. So when we're chanting it out loud, it's a long sat and then a short nam. So essentially it will sound like sat nam. And so we'll chant this out loud, and then I will let us know when it's time to transition to whispering. And when we whisper, it'll be Satnam, just Satnam, Satnam. All right, so if you're ready to begin, either finding Samputa mudra or your mala, or resting your hands in your lap or on your thighs, You can gently close down your eyes, and we will begin. Sat Nam. 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 Sat Satnam. 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 Transition to whisper. Satnam. 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 Silently. One more aloud to seal it. Satnam. Can release mantra. If you were using a mala, invitation to come into Samputta Mudra, gesture of the treasure chest. Just take a few moments here to really integrate. Aligned with my true being, my thoughts, words, and deeds reflect complete integrity. Aligned with my true being, my thoughts, words, and deeds reflect complete integrity. Aligned with my true being, my thoughts, words and deeds reflect complete integrity. You can release the mudra if you were holding it. Gently flutter your eyes open in your own time. I invite you to really allow yourself some space to let this practice integrate. Mantra meditation is a very powerful practice, and it's a really great way, especially for opening up your voice more, especially when we're working with Satnam for truthfulness. I hope you feel more connected and courageous to try really living from your truth. Thank you for flowing with me today, and I will see you in the next class. Satnam.